EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one taken from the 7th. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go, first play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there out of Kamara. Give him 42 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? And the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield, and if they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. He'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. In for the score. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did. All the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second.
Gone! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He win.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw now on 1st down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
They'll set up to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw here, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now they'll run it on the toss. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshall. Marshon Lattimore. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
If the post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Eluding the pressure right, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now back to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints have moved out in front.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now look.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Back to throw here. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll run it with Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jonathan Allen in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Here we go! What?
They'll set up a throw, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Running with Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll drop the throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Oftentimes with these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. They were ready. But the defenses practice these situations too.
And just look at it this way. The 2 owners sitting up in their boxes, one is saying, boy, is my team well prepared, and the other one's like, I got to talk to my coaches. What were they thinking?
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's go! One!
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. And it's a fumble. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailbacks. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
Let's go.
So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go. 190.
Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On the counter, here's Kamara. They're just shutting him off there. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. the connection there. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Now Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run it again with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Saints, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.